Hey y'all, it's Black Locust Farm, Nate here with you again, and what we're going to do today is I'm going to give you 3 reasons that you ought to own a pocket saw. Alright y'all, now of course every pocket saw is going to be a little bit different, but they're pretty much all going to operate something like this. First off, I prefer a folding saw like this. You can get saws that are a fixed blade that go into a scabbard, but I believe I showed y'all when we were out there doing some of our test cuts how easy it is to just stick this in the pocket of your pants, in your back pocket, or in a side pocket if you have on pants that have those, and just keep it with you without having to put a scabbard onto your belt. So I definitely prefer the pocket style. So the way that this saw operates, here's the button that unlocks the blade. So I push that. There's our first position. This is the one that, as far as I know, everybody uses. If anybody knows why this second position is there, I mean, I guess there could be some times, some particular angles where that was an advantage, but I find myself always using it in this position right here. So again, this is the Silky Model F180. Reason number 1, it's convenient. All right, so what we got right here is a little tree out here in one of the fields, and I bush hog this field, and every time I try and come here with the bush hog, I either have to swing wide or I have to get smacked with one of these branches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim this tree just a little bit. I don't want to take the whole tree out, and I'm going to do it by reaching into my pocket, pulling out the pocket saw, the Silky. So anytime you trim a tree, it's usually best to stay as close into the trunk as you can. You don't want to leave a big old stump on it out here. So I'm going to go right here. Nice thing about these Silkies is they cut on this Japanese style of saw blade, I believe it is. They cut on the pull only, not on the push, and they tend to get stuck in the branch less. So I'm going to get right here nice close to the tree. There we go. Reason number 2, it's effective. This is as big as my wrist or bigger, so this is a pretty good sized branch right here. We'll see how the Silky does. Once again, into the pocket. Very easy to have it with you all the time as you're out working your property. There it is. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and you shouldn't be either, is working a chainsaw above my head. Because man, if that thing fucks back on you, you know, the safety brake on it should work, but boy, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't ever do it, but I try to avoid doing it whenever I can. So, especially for stuff like this, we're gonna have to reach up and work above head level. Love this little saw. This is the coarse tooth blade that's on it because I was just doing some heavy brush cutting of limbs. And now I'm gonna go do a little bit of trimming on an apple tree, and I would prefer a little bit finer cut, but just because I want to leave as smooth and clean a wound on that tree as I possibly can. So I'm gonna show you all how to do this real quick. Phillips head screw right here. There's a nut on the other side, but it's captured inside of this handle here, so it's not going to try and turn as I turn this screw. This screw actually is cut, but you could use a flat head on this as well. So screw out, Little nut drops out the other side. Pull the old blade out. Put the new blade in. Fix it so that the hole in the handle is lined up with the hole in the blade. A little washer there I don't want to lose. Push that through. Nut back on the other side. I'll hold that with my finger just for a moment. Give it a couple turns. There we are. Reason number 3, compared to a lot of the other tools for doing this job, it's pretty inexpensive. Now this is a big complaint that I see from people about this saw, is that when I just went to close it right there, it wasn't perfectly lined up and it caught on the edge of the handle right there. So I'm gonna have to take my finger, give it a little push over, and then close it up. Now, is that ideal? No, that's not ideal. You would like a construction where it didn't ever have a tendency to do that. But on the other hand, this is a $35 saw, not a $135 saw. So considering that this would really be considered kind of the lowest end of a professional saw, it's not really a budget saw, it's not $19, but it's not $75 either, or $100. So for 35 bucks, I can live with that. The blades on Amazon right now are, I think, $24.95, something like that. So you can get the saw and a spare blade for around 60 bucks. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as I try and get this channel started. It really helps me out a lot. We'll see you next time.